Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, the sad case of Chuck Clark. Look, this thing's been happening. It was supposed to be talked about. I never did. But I found time to finally do it. What a sad, sad thing to happen. Imagine you play, you go to a different team, you get paid some cash, you think, okay, I didn't get to finish my career out where I wanted to finish it, but I'm going to go to this other team, play my butt off, get to where I want to get to, and then sail into the sunset. And the first injury that you ever have, ACL. Because that's exactly what happened to Chuck Clark. And it's like, my God, my heart goes out to that dude. Look, I know some some fans are like, oh, well, good riddance, whatever. I don't think like that. I'm going to be real with you. I do not think like that. The man gave everything he could give to the city of Baltimore, to this team. I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. And even when they drafted his replacement, and he knew they drafted his replacement, he still went out there and gave you 150%. And yes, he wasn't the greatest. He was just a solid starter. That's what he was. But you always knew he wore the green dot well, and he gave his all. And that's all you can ask for. And that's all you can respect. You know what I mean? That's all you can expect from players playing this game that put their bodies on the line for our enjoyment. So, nothing but respect goes out to Chuck Clark. But my God, could you really imagine how bite that is? You spend all that time, you get all this thing saying, oh, I'm going to go play for this team. I'm going to get my lick back. I can't wait. I'm going to show everybody that what I can do. Boom, ACL. This is what I try to tell people, man. These players that go an entire career without any major injury, my gosh, you are some of the luckiest people I've ever seen. Because, bro, it just takes one little tweak and something can give. ACL, God forbid, Achilles. At least now ACLs, people are coming back from it relatively quickly, especially after the Adrian Peterson fiasco. Y'all remember, he tore his ACL. Everyone's like, oh, he's finished. He's done. Man came back and ran for 2,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? After that, everyone's expectation of ACLs went through the roof. So, I just wanted to make sure that we said that, prayers and so much love go out to the Clark family, Chuck himself. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and it's a dog-eat-dog business. You know what I mean? They're always looking for your replacement. This guy's played the average NFL. I want everyone to understand this real quick. The average NFL playing year, like length for a career is 2.5 years. That is all. That's the average. You play for 2.5 years. Sayonara, hasta la vista, bye-bye. And then we never hear or see from you again. This man has played at a very solid level for years. Years. So I got no hate in my heart for the man. I hope a speedy recovery, and I hope this doesn't end his career, because sometimes when you first have, a catastrophic injury like an ACL, it saps everything out of you. And I've told you guys before, I know what that's like. When I was a basketball player, I blew out my Achilles, 1.5 inch separation, and then blew out my knee. So that whole basketball career went toilet bowl, flush. So I can only imagine what he's going through, knowing that, hey, I put all this time and effort in to have to wait an entire almost year to get back, to have a chance to perform on the field. So, it's disheartening, yes. But I think he'll bounce back, hopefully, at least for 2 years. Then he can retire and move and go off into the sunset with his head held high. It's the same thing. I remember when Steve Smith, I believe, did he tear his Achilles? Or his ACL? I think it was his Achilles he tore, right? Steve Smith, when he was playing for us. And he played for 1 year just to say, I didn't want to go out on an injury. And I got nothing but respect for that. These guys are warriors, man. They really leave it, and they leave it all on their sword and shield. No pun intended, because of the NFL shield. Hey! And, yeah, man, that's so great. You never have an injury your entire career. You go play for the New York Jets, boom, injury. And the New York Jets have been getting hit by a couple injuries, because Aaron Rodgers injury, Lazard injury, Chuck Clark injury. Man, they're like, yo, that is not the way you want to start off your year at all. man, and everyone had their hopes up high for the New York Jets. I thought Chuck was going to be a really good piece in that scheme. I really thought so. I thought, he was going to play with an extra chip. The chip on his shoulder is already big, but these players are always looking for anything extra to milk any excess amount of talent out of their bodies. And I think that's what he was going to do this year. So, prayers and shout outs go out to the Clark family. And I can't say enough to say, man, I wish him a speedy recovery. But boy, that's crazy. Like, man, I was sitting there like, what? Because I remember when it came and hit my time, like, on Twitter. So I usually do my stuff. And it said, the Jets are getting a safety. And everyone making jokes like, oh, they got a safety. Chuck Clark's going to be mad about it. And then I'm like, why would they get a safety, though? They're good at the safety position. And then it comes out, they fear the worst for Chuck Clark, catastrophic injury. And I'm sitting there like, oh, no. Come on. And look, and I'll keep saying, just reiterating this. If you're a fan that's wishing for injury for a player, you're like the low of the low. Like, my God. Like, this is the way that they feed their families. This is the way that they make their wealth, the generational wealth, or whatever, the way that they can at least retire. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, I keep trying to tell you, unless they get they're a big name or they won titles, multiple titles or something like that, once their career is done, they have to pivot to something totally different. Probably go back to college full time, stuff like that. They have a family to feed, provide for, you know what I mean? Mortgages, rent, whatever it is, insurance. Oh my God, insurance is crazy. So, I don't like when fans wish for harm or injury on these players. They really give their heart out, and I got nothing but respect for them. And hopefully everyone's giving a big shout out to the Clark family, because it's sad, man. You finally get to showcase yourself. Because think about it, that's what happened with Judon. Judon didn't want to leave, but the Ravens weren't going to give him the money he wanted. He went somewhere else, got it. And he has shown that he was actually worth more than what he was asking from the Ravens. The man just had a 12.5 sack season, then a 15.5 sack season. He is legit. So, shout outs to them, and shout outs to, the Clarks, like I said before. Just disheartening and sad. Really, really sad. But hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. We get to see him next year. And hopefully he keeps his head up. If he ends up watching this, Chuck, keep your head up high, man. Praying for you. Hope the best for you. And hopefully, you don't end your career here, man. Hopefully you play for at least a year or two more, at least, and don't go out on an injury. I would hate to see that's how your career ended. You know what I mean? Fly high, brother. Fly high. But once again, you already know how we do this. That's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. I know we get down over here. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs. But everything we talk about is rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. If you would like to leave one, leave it at the bottom. You know how we do it. Just be respectful when you do it. And if you would like to donate to this channel to help it grow, to help it spread its wings, bottom of the screen on this side, QR code to a Cash App. That's how we do all donations. You can find the Cash App in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Also available is the Patreon. You want extra access to me, to this platform, to, to interviews, whatever else it is, fantasy football, sweepstakes for merch. That's how you do it. So, once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. The show's Retro signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.